You did not read that title wrong. Apparently this is a real thing. Let me give you all the context because you're gonna need it. So Dove, you know, the soap, deodorant, cosmetic brand, put out an open casting for a new underarm ambassador on social media. The winner would get 10K, get to be the new face of a brand, and also get a trip to the US Open, which is like a tennis thing, which I'll be like, no, you can keep that bit. Listen, one thing you'll never find me doing for free is get my armpits out on the internet. I've done ads for deodorant, and actually in the brief, it's like, apply it. No. You know how to apply deodorant? I'll talk about it. I'll talk about how it smells, how nice it is, but I'm not getting my armpits out on the internet. No way. I did not know that, you know, armpit ambassador was a career path you could take. Had I known, maybe I would have, you know, started using anti-age creams on my armpits. Not that they're like, if I have like sagging armpit. I don't know why I said that. But if I got told to, you know, send pictures of my armpits to a brand, I would immediately think it was like a whole dodgy situation. But anyway, a lot of people entered, even if it isn't your cup of tea, right? It's a nice bit of money, and it probably is perfect for someone. 10K, get my armpits out. Dove, a huge brand to work for. One of the people that entered was this creator, Anna.
We need to have a talk, and unfortunately, it is about a contest that Dove was running to find their first underarm ambassador. Basically, whoever won would be sent to the US Open to represent Dove, and they would receive $10,000 as like a scholarship. So naturally, I decided to apply. If you know me, I apply to millions of things like this. I never miss any opportunities that are given to me. And the winner literally gets to go to the US Open. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? Especially with Dove. I love them. So when the deadline day hit, I was like, I want to go through every submission because I always say that rejection is just redirection. If I didn't win, I wanted to support whoever did. And in the rules, it said that there would be 3 people picked, and those people would be interviewed by the Dove team. I'm assuming like the marketing team. And then whoever won that final stage would be chosen. At this point, like 2 weeks or so had gone by. So like I already had in my head that like I wasn't one of the finalists. That's totally fine. I still wanted to support. So the Dove TikTok that they made for this program popped up on my For You page, and it showed the winner. I clicked like, and then I opened up the comments because I wanted to put like a flame emoji or just like interact and support whoever won. Then I saw all of these comments saying like, y'all scammed people, this is fishy, this was a scam from the beginning, she's friends with the person that posted about the contest to begin with. And I studied forensic science in college. So naturally, the private investigator in me was like, okay, let me see how much of this is true on my own, right? I clicked her page, I clicked the video of her submission. The girl that posted about the contests had commented on her post. They were friends. So then I went back to the rules and I was like, okay, wait, let me just check. It clearly stated that whoever applied could not be friends or in contact with anybody that works with Dove. Even if it's like an influencer with Dove, I'm assuming there cannot be any relations, rightfully so. Then I dug a little deeper through the rules and I was like, okay, you can't wear any logos. She was wearing a logo in her video. Then it also said you cannot show anyone else in your video. She showed people in their video. So then all of these things started trickling in, and I went back to the comments and I saw more about like all of the rules that weren't followed, this and that, the fact that she was friends with this girl. And I was like, this isn't right. Then I saw that Dove had responded to one of the comments saying that, and they were basically saying that she was not chosen out of favoritism. It clearly states in the rules that if any of these rules are broken, the person will be disqualified. And I really didn't want to make this video. I was talking with my boyfriend about this, and I was like, is the world going to think I'm just a hater? Are people going to take it as me being mean towards the woman that won? And I do not want that at all. Like I said, even if I wasn't the one that won, I still wanted to support whoever did. I apply to so many of these things. It's insane. You can see it throughout my page. It's just I've worked in this industry for a very long time. Since before influencing was like a really popular, prominent thing. And favoritism is given so often, and it just breaks my heart because there's so many creators that genuinely view this as a life-changing thing. Even for me, it would have been life-changing, but for single moms, students, people that play tennis, people that work a job and do content creation on the side, it's just not right to do things like that. And Dove might not even know how exactly this all played out. Like, it could be a small team of people that allowed this. I'm not sure. Either way, I think it's so important to be put out there. Honesty is so important, especially in this field of work. I truly hope that nobody starts bashing the woman that won or hating on her, because at the end of the day, this is something that she really wanted, and I'm so happy that she got to experience what she got to experience. I just don't think it was fair. If there were 3 winners that were actually chosen, I would love to know. And just to be clear, I am not seeking an apology. I'm not seeking a PR box or merch or an experience or a trip. I do not want anything out of this. I'm genuinely just bringing it to light. And in the future, if they continue to do this program, I will not be participating, because that's just how I am. But I do hope in the future that it is a real, authentic contest. And yeah, let me know what you think.
So Anna didn't win. She saw that the winner was this person, Flora, figured out that Flora was best friends with one of the women that announced the brand promotion, the Dove competition, Tiffy, and went full Sherlock. I think it does sound a little bit suspicious. It definitely sounds like the winner did not follow the terms and conditions of the actual competition. And they're normal things to ask, no logos, just you by yourself. And I know she said, like, I'm happy for the winner because, you know, it's something she wanted to win. Did she, though? Or if she's friends with a person, maybe the friend was just like, there's this competition, do you want to enter? She was like, yeah. 10K sounds good. And I genuinely believe that her motives for making this video isn't to be like, you know, oh, they should have chose me. I wish I would. Nothing like that. She seems really genuine. She seems really normal. But I think it's a good idea to talk on things like this because it's a bit of a scam, really. Because what's happened here is a brand has got a lot of attention, a lot of publicity from loads of people taking part and taking time to do something of their own back when maybe they already had someone in mind who was going to win this, right? And that's not to say factually this was rigged or anything like that, but it does seem highly suspicious. We're going to be taking a look at the comments a bit later, but there was some people thinking that this isn't a big enough deal to be making videos about it. At the end of the day, though, competitions are regulated and they have laws around them as well. And you have to follow them, the people taking part and the company creating the giveaway, the competitions. There are laws in place.
Hi, I'm the one that made the video about the Dove underarm contest and how I think it was rigged. And there have been a ton of comments, a ton of DMs, so I just want to update you guys because this is insane. So the very first thing I want to address, because at the time of filming that video, I was not aware of this. They are literally like best friends. Like people were tagging me in stuff that they have together from years ago. Like it's genuinely insane at this point. Like they didn't even try and hide it. With that being said, some people were saying like, oh, it's not really against the guidelines. Like if they're friends, yada, yada, yada. It is a generally known rule that any contest to that extreme with a company that large, that you cannot be in contact or in relationship with anyone, because at that point, like, what's the point of a contest? I saw another comment saying, like, a lot of people didn't follow the rules, so maybe they just picked whoever. And my thing with that is there are definitely people that followed the rules, myself included. And that's the whole point. Like, you have rules and regulations for a reason. Like, you pick based off of those rules.
And if someone isn't following the rules, they are disqualified from the competition. That's how come disqualification exists.
If they didn't follow the rules, they're disqualified. I did also see some comments like, welcome to corporate America, nepotism, this is what the world is like. That is 100% true, actually more than 100% true. But that is not how all big companies operate. I know because I have literally been in this industry, like I mentioned in that other video, forever. I have worked with some of the best companies bigger than Dove, believe it or not. And they do not all operate like this. It is wrong. Like, okay, yes, there are companies that do it. That does not make it right. I will forever be that person that speaks their mind. Anybody that knows me will tell you, like, if something is wrong, if I see something or hear about something and I validate that it is true, I'm calling it out. I don't need the PR box. I can go buy the products. Okay, like I do not, exactly. None of that matters to me. Honesty is so, so important. I said this in the first video. Also, I didn't realize like how big of a figure the woman that posted about the contest is. I'm not going to say names. I didn't say them in the first one. I'm not going to say them in this one because it's not in my character. But it's just like so disappointing because how do you think this is okay? Either way, I just want to say that I truly, truly, truly from the bottom of my heart appreciate all of the sweet comments, all of the follows, all of everything, the support, everything. Because when I'm telling you, like I said in the first video, I genuinely thought that I was like going to get death threats. I thought people were going to be like, oh my God, you're just a hater. Like, thank you so much, genuinely. Because I am a small creator. Like, you can see I'm a small creator. And it's just nice to see that I'm not the only one that can see through this and see exactly what it is. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for listening to me.
So one thing I'm confused about here is if that Teffy only announced the competition, did she also judge it? Was she a judge in the competition? I don't quite know what happened here. It sounds like the result of a corporate girly brunch to me. And it does sound a little bit, why am I shouting? It does sound a little bit rigged, to be honest with you. The rules of competitions are there to be followed. The rules of anything are there to be followed. And if you don't follow the rules, you get disqualified. You get sacked. You get fired. You get kicked out, whatever the situation is. That's why they're there. You know? I just find it really strange. Let me read this comment. I have to go down here because it's so small. Hi, I stand by this comment and I don't know why it's gone. I did not delete my comments. I have creator care mode on, and it's a TikTok AI that reviews comments they deem as hurtful or harassment. I don't know what the fuck something there.
I want to get into a different comment that was deleted and what I think about it. So someone had commented and said, can you please address or mention the whole Dovegate situation? You and being friends seems to disqualify her, but yet she won. And then there's more, but I'm not going to go through all of it because we don't have a lot of time. So she responded and said, I have zero influence or power when it came to judging contestants. I was not involved in that process whatsoever. There was no mastermind manipulation. My friends saw my posts and entered. I was not consulted on who should win. I did not advise anyone. No one from Dove ever reached out to me to discuss candidates. I have zero control over any outcome. I was only told to amplify the contest, and people who follow me, everyone saw it. I am happy and I didn't do anything wrong. If any of these comments about Dovegate was true, this would be the stupidest marketing ploy ever, and unfortunately for everyone upset, won. And I have nothing to do with it, and I have nothing to apologize for. I am not some weirdo helping people cheat their way through contests. I'm not that tacky. So this is straight from the page, okay? I just have a screenshot because everybody was like, take screenshots of everything because everything's being deleted. I'd like to first address that she said, I was only told to amplify the contest, and people who follow me saw it, or everyone saw it. My thing with that is that this is your best friend. I'm pretty sure your best friend is aware that you are working for Dove. Like, y'all are locked in, but also the whole I have nothing to apologize for when people are just coming at you with things that they can clearly see. This isn't like some conspiracy. Like, everything that I have mentioned and everything that people are commenting are things that they know. Like, y'all are best friends. Y'all have multiple videos together. Y'all were at the US Open together, like hanging out. These are all known facts. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be taking offense on people that are trying to get clarification.
Yeah.
Because there are people that had their time wasted. Creators that spent hours and hours and hours and money because some people bought Dove products for their video. So I'm not understanding why you're upset. And another comment on her page, someone said, and she said their name, I honest to God do not care what you think, LOL. I know the truth and I would be extremely embarrassed if I was tacky enough to rig a contest. Please be so for real. Unfortunately for you and everyone upset, Dove just loved. I have nothing to prove to you. I'm not wishing you a wonderful day. XX. Once again, like, the hostility, crazy. Also, what are the chances that this humongous company running this contest just so happened to pick your best friend? I need the numbers, people, to come into this.
Yeah, that's true. Like, the amount of people that must have entered, and they're like, surprise, your best friend won. And it's not beyond brands to choose the winners before the end of a competition. They'll look at someone, like their image, like the way they look, like their socials, like the way their socials perform, and choose a winner. Like, that has happened and does happen.
Chat right now. I need them to do the probability of someone's best friend winning the contest. Now, I made a whole TikTok about this yesterday, but on the winner's Instagram page, someone commented, which it's on my page so you can see it, I know a girl who knows a guy who knows a golden retriever who runs the social media department at Dove, and I think you have a solid chance. Even if this is all not true, hypothetically, which I obviously believe it is true, why would you like this comment? Why would they comment that? Please be so for real right now. Now finally, for this comment that was left on my page. Hi, I stand by this comment and I do not know why it's gone. I did not delete my comments. I have creator care mode on, and it's a TikTok AI that reviews comments they deem as hurtful or harassment. This is true, but you can literally turn it off, or you can manually go in and approve or decline comments. So they should still be there. It does not take long. I do not check reviewed comments, and at times the AI is delayed. I am not deleting comments, but I'm also blocking people who are trying to mock me for no reason. I am sorry this creator lost, but I am not a cheater, and I did not rig a nationwide contest. I did not influence or advise anyone at Dove. They didn't speak to me once about who was entering, and I wasn't shown any videos. I know many creators. I have friends who are creatives. My post for Dove was public, and people I know and love entered. I don't know about guidelines and rules. I do not work for Dove. If there's an issue with guidelines and rules, that's a question for the brand. I think it would be disgusting if I scammed or lied to people just to dangle an opportunity. I did not do that, and this isn't fair. I've had to block 45 people in the last hour, and I didn't do anything. I swear on my mother, I swear on everything that I love, and I swear on my career that I did not rig or manipulate or consult or advise Dove. I didn't push my friend on a brand. I am so sorry you didn't win this contest, but what is meant for you will always be meant for you, and I wish you the most success ever. There is room for everyone at the table, and I know your dreams are within your reach. I am not a liar, cheater, or scammer. I also didn't want to influence a brand so that my friend can say she did it without me and because I chose her. If I did push anyone forward, it would probably disqualify them. Probably is a crazy choice of words. I am not going to risk a friend's confidence in a relationship with a brand that I love working with. This is not a conspiracy. I do not know how else to tell you this. And because she said I do not work for Dove, and I did see a couple comments saying like she doesn't work for Dove, like this and that, you posted about their biggest contest.
And a lot of the time, a brand will outsource this contest thing, like the competitions. Someone isn't going to sit there for Dove who works solely on this contest. It might be a different company. It might be a different department. You deal with what we're offering. You deal with organizing the prizes. You choose the winner. You do this. So it isn't like Dove are like, hi, I'm Dove. This is the winner. It's like, no, I'm Dove. I have a lot to do. I'm a worldwide brand. Let's give this competition to a different department, to someone else. They can deal with it from start to finish.
Have some type of working relationship with them, whether that be an influencer, marketer, etc. As for the whole, I do not know the rules and guidelines. Okay, I'll give you that. That's fine. But me personally, if I were doing a brand deal with a big brand like that, I would read the rules and guidelines because, hello, I am not going to risk a friend's confidence in a relationship with a brand that I love working with. So basically, how everybody feels, including myself, you are not willing to risk a relationship with this brand that is potentially scamming a ton of small creators. Got it. Deleting comments, blocking people, and not letting people speak on how they feel on your page is more telling than anything. I understand that you don't want hate. I get that. But when you're not willing to address the elephant in the room, address that your best friend won. I mean, I also have gotten some comments from people that have no profile picture. That's kind of how it always goes. And they're like, say goodbye to all the brand deals. Say goodbye, you're being blacklisted. My relationship with companies bigger than Dove, which I mentioned in the other video, has strengthened because of this. Not every company is corrupt. Not all people operate this way. And even if they did, my integrity and my heart and how I feel means more to me than any of those things. So,
listen, I don't think it was a happy coincidence. Let me just tell you, as somebody who works for and has worked in the beauty industry, social media, all this stuff, it would not surprise me if they had found this person before or it was fixed. They were like, choose a winner, it outsourced it to these people, and they were like, you choose the winner, and she chose her friend. It's not surprising. It's not completely outrageous. But what is kind of more surprising and more like, oh, that's a kind of 1 in a million% chance, but not really, is that the person who organized it and announced it, their best friend won. Surely the fastest, easiest way of fixing this would to say that, yes, she did breach her terms and conditions and they're picking a new or second winner. Oh, wow, we didn't realize that the terms and conditions were broken that everyone had to follow, but we chose this person anyway. Let's choose a different winner. In terms of like deleting all the comments, I kind of understand that, because if you're getting all these comments and I would understand it if that wasn't the situation, if it wasn't fixed, right? Because you'd be like, why am I taking the blame for this when I haven't done anything? I kind of get that, but at the same time, how are you meant to address comments that you keep deleting? She wouldn't be blacklisted just because she's doing this content. Are you kidding me? Brands like content no matter what you're making. That's not going to blacklist her.
Before I start this video, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that has commented, liked, tagged, followed along with this whole thing. Without you, they probably never would have seen my video. I am a very small creator, so thank you. This comment reads, "Hi Annalisa, thank you for sharing your perspective and for taking the time to enter the contest. There were so many incredible entries for Under Armour Ambassador. It was difficult to choose a winner. We want to assure you that all of our contests, including this one, follow a third-party led selection process so that no advantage is given to any applicant. No creators or current partners were involved in the selection process for Under Armour Ambassador. We genuinely appreciate everyone who took the time to enter the contest and the passion that showed in every submission. We sent you a DM as well so we can keep the conversation going if you'd like." Now, there are so many things that I want to address. I'm not sure if I can get it all done within this 10-minute time frame. It's interesting to me that Dove and Teffy have both decided to not acknowledge the fact that Teffy and Flora are best friends. That is plastered throughout their social medias. That's not even the gag of it all, though, because she didn't follow the other rules. So I'm not sure how this would have been a fair contest if the major rules were broken. Yeah. On top of that, Teffy and her girlfriend only commented on Flora's submission video. Not only that, it is alleged that Teffy and Teffy's girlfriend were there when filming the video. Actually, to take it even a step further, people are saying that her girlfriend filmed Flora's submission video. I want to know who picked those 3 finalists, if there were 3 finalists. I would also like to know why Dove only offered some of the applicants a participation PR box, because I was one of the people that did not receive that message, and I know a lot of other people that have commented on these videos stating that they also didn't get a message. Teffy was the one that was in charge of posting about the contest because she has a large following. On her Instagram, after I had posted my first video, she posted this screenshot. I like to believe that some of my favorite brands pick influencers that are not mean, that are not unfair, that don't go off on people in their comments or block people or just give off that mean girl energy. I have gotten a ton of comments from people that know Teffy and Flora personally. They claim to be their friends, and some of them I have validated because I've seen that they actually do follow each other. Not all of them, because there's not enough time in the world for that. And they have commented things like, "You're going to have bad karma, you're a bully, you're sending all of these people to hate, you're a sore loser." And to that, I say, in my first video, I literally told people to not send hate. I said I was happy for Flora for winning. People are going to do what they want to do regardless, because that's how they feel about a situation. You cannot get angry at people for expressing their opinions and call them bullies for it. Unfortunately for people like this, especially people with money, I have thick skin. I didn't grow up with money. I'm a Latina woman. I have consistently had to prove myself to others. I think every woman will agree with me on this. People will always say, "You're over-exaggerating. You're doing too much. You're looking too far into this." And to that, I say to not let people silence you, especially big influencers, especially big companies, even if that means never working with them again. I clearly don't stand for mean girl behavior because I called out one of the biggest companies publicly, not knowing how it would go, mind you. So I'm going to say this again. I would have supported anybody that won. I supported Flora before I knew everything that I know now. But something I refuse to do is stay silent when the signs are clearly there. Dove did DM me like they said that they would, and they said they would hop on a call with me if that's something that I was interested in. I have already filed an FTC complaint. As for if I want to hop on a call with one of the biggest corporations, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I feel comfortable doing that. Maybe I will anytime. Now, for any of the participants watching, because we have become mutual friends over this whole situation, and honestly, that part of it is beautiful because I really, really appreciate good community and people that believe that the world should be fair, even if there's a ton of unfairness in it. I should also quickly add in here that Teffy was blocking some of the contestants for genuinely asking questions on her page, but that's for a whole other video. To all of the participants, I am actively going in and supporting you following you, commenting on your videos. I truly, truly hope that you are not thinking that this is just how the industry is, because while it is a lot of it is not all. And your work will be appreciated by a brand that genuinely, genuinely sees how amazing your content is. So don't give up. Even for people that didn't participate, maybe people that are trying to start out content creation, go for it, but just always go into anything that you do with the right morals and values.
Dove's reply is still a little bit like, okay, but Karen, explain why this person won and why they just happen to be best friends with the person announcing the... So the person announcing the giveaway, this Teffy, what is her job? Is she not the third party that Dove hired for this giveaway? Is that what her job? She was paid just to be like, hi guys, there's a giveaway, and then what? And also, Dove's only sending out some of the PR boxes to some applicants, to me does show that they value a follower. Of course, like all brands do, it makes sense business-wise. If somebody has loads of followers, they get more stuff. It's just how the business is, unfortunately. So it does show that Dove kind of want the people with the followers, want people with more of a following. It's given favoritism a little bit. I don't think she's a sore loser. I don't think she is at all. However, I do think that once you piss someone off, they can go into a little bit of like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes now to make this even more of a situation. I get that. Let's take a look at some comments here. Ow, fuck, I just kicked her. It feels like they're all missing the point. It's that she shouldn't have entered at all, giving her relationship with Teffy. Yes, because that was the terms and conditions. And more importantly, she never should have won because she didn't adhere to the rules about logos. Not to mention the video being incredibly lackluster. Even if Teffy truly had nothing to do with the selection, which I somewhat believe, her friend should have been disqualified anyway. Yeah, 100%. The creator here. And Alicia, thank you so much for commenting this. It's a principle. This was an amazing opportunity to open doors for creators, and instead it was given to her friend. I feel like you're holding her too accountable for a decision that was made by a corporation. It wasn't. It was made by a third party. Who is who? Who made this decision? Like, I do think this contest was rigged in some way. Yes, it seems no contest is 100% fair these days, but I don't think Teffy did anything. I disagree. Is this illegal? Yes. Should this be a class action lawsuit? Yes. And it's whether it worth a lawyer's time. That doesn't make sense. Flora blocked me for saying rigged. Everyone's saying boycott Dove Beauty. Okay, calm down. Calm down. I won't be supporting or purchasing Dove anymore. Calm down. Calm down. Dove, you have to fix this. The young lady that works for you, that picked her bestie, should have training on what is and not allowed. And honestly, the whole competition should be deleted. Like, no one should go. Let this be a lesson to your HR department. That's more like it. We don't need to be like, I'm never using Dove again. It's more of a like, whoever this third party is, get the person in trouble, sit them down, be like, did this actually happen? Explain what's happening, because this is what's happening on socials now. What do we do? What do you suggest we do? Can they carry on with this contest? Can they be sending this person to like the sports thing, or it was out there receiving like a bit of hate? Let me know your opinions down below. As normal, was this rigged? Was it not rigged? Should the person be disqualified for going against the rules, the terms and conditions? Because then why do the terms and conditions exist in the first place? Let me know your opinions. Thank you again for joining me. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.